What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com. AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,200 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. The takeover is real. They was sleeping on you, girl. They was sleeping on me. So if y'all aren't already, follow me across social media. Follow me now at One Love Ash, the number one Love Ash. I am so privileged today to chat with Miss CEO herself, Law Beauty Essentials, Tanisha Lawrence. How you doing, Mama?
Hi, Ashley. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me today.
Awesome. Thank you for.
So much.
Yes, I know you got a busy schedule, girl. You just touching down, touching here, touching there. I had to scoop you up. Yes.
That's right. I'm here recording with you all the way from San Antonio, Texas.
Ooh,
so that's what's happening right now.
Yes. All right, Tanisha. So let's talk about the inspiration behind this amazing brand, Law Beauty Essentials.
Okay. I get asked this question so many times, and I want to give a different answer every time because it was just so much inspiration, and I can't say everything. But the gist of it was really just where I was in that point in my life, where I was transitioning from one job, and I started to feel like it was me because I had went from one job to another, and then every time I thought that I left somewhere for something better, just something kept coming back over me, and I'm like, I'm unhappy here. And then I started to feel like, well, where am I ever going to be happy? Because it must be me at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I'm just like taking accountability for this because I still feel like it was a job.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one it was, but it could have been me, it could have been the job. It was just the common denominator was that I was a really hard worker, and I felt like, you know what, if I could put so much hard work into another company, that I should be able to put that hard work into my own. And then it was also inspiration from just feeling like, you know what, I want to change. I don't want like this typical job. And I just started thinking about, I remember just being in the nail salon one day, and I'm like, who makes up the names for these polishers? And like, why did they come up with the same? Because I think I would have named it this and that. And then I was thinking, like, I always had in the back of my mind being a business owner, and I just didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had several different ideas, and especially like owning a nail polish line, I didn't think it was feasible. I didn't think it was accessible or achievable. Sorry, that's the word I'm looking for. I didn't think it was achievable, but once I started, then I felt like everything was coming together. So, in a nutshell, I think just the place that I was in my life, just that unhappiness, me recognizing that I was hardworking and like crediting myself for that, because a lot of times we don't credit ourselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like at that point I was thinking like, you know what, I worked really hard, and I need to put this into something of my own, and just wanting that satisfaction of just being like, hey, I did it, I'm a business owner, whether it was something that booms out of control or it was just something that I did it for myself.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes, and I would imagine that, not just creating a nail polish line or a beauty company, but making sure that they were vegan and toxin free, because nowadays there's a lot of information out there as far as what are in these products, how they're harmful, what they do to the body, things of that nature. So what kind of research did you have to do in order to find, I guess, alternatives to traditional nail polish?
Well, my manufacturer was very helpful.
Okay.
I did not have to do too much. I didn't have to research in too many different places.
Okay.
I got the gist of it from my manufacturer, coming straight from the chemist's mouth. I sat down directly across from my chemist. So I think that's one of the beauties, one of the beautiful things about having a company and having a manufacturer in the United States. I did not have to jump on a plane and have this language barrier between me and someone else, in China.
Yeah.
I was able to sit across from someone and have them educate me in the way that I wanted to be educated. I asked the questions that I wanted to know, and then I also said, tell me some things that I'm not thinking of, some things that you know that is important. And, just the patience of my manufacturer, and them also believing in me, because they're really big and they make polishes for really huge companies. And so to take on a small project like my own was something that they really was on the fence about doing. But they did it, so here I am, and they are the ones that really educated me about the different polishes and how they're made and what's in it, and 5-3, 10-3, 7-3, 12-3, and what all of those things really meant. And then once I had the core information on that, then I went off into Googling more information. And what I've learned about Googling in all aspects of my business is that it's keywords that you put into Google to get the right information that you want Google to spit out, because Google is so big, so broad, that you could just put in something and then you're not getting, the targeted information that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So I felt like speaking to my chemist first helped me with the terminology, the jargon, and everything that's in this industry that I had to become more accustomed with, because from the naked eye, or for lack of a better word, you would have thought that I was like a nail polish connoisseur, because I was getting my nails done and all these things all the time, like every 2 weeks religiously, but I wasn't really deep in it as I am now. So I had to do a lot of research. So even with just going on the computer and just typing in, 10-3 nail polish, I wasn't getting the information that I really felt I needed. So, besides the internet, between the internet and my manufacturer, that's where I got my core information.
Yeah.
And then also just speaking to other people in nail techs and going to nail school. I am a licensed nail technician. And so gradually, you just grow with the industry. You just, sign up to different newsletters, and you hear new things that are coming out, and you research what other people are doing, and that's how you kind of just stay educated.
Okay. Cool. All right, you guys. So we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Tanisha about this brand, this amazing company that is doing awesome things. And, I mean, you are still, it hasn't picked up fully, because we know that there are a lot of salons around the globe that are using harmful polishes and colors on people. But we're going to talk about what makes yours unique. And, of course, that moment of confirmation, like you're doing the right thing. Everything's coming together. So hang tight for us for 1 second, you guys, and we will be right back. Did you know that some foods can cause weight gain, body aches, and extreme fatigue? These are just some of the symptoms of food intolerance. Well, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance can occur when the body cannot properly digest certain foods. This can result in acid reflux, migraines, and so many other painful issues. How do you find out what foods are causing this irritation? It's easy. Pinner Test. With 500,000 satisfied clients worldwide, Pinner Test is the #1 way of identifying foods that may be causing discomfort. This simple at-home kit is easy to use, with results usually within 2 weeks via email. It's that simple, all right? What are you waiting for? Go visit pinnertest.com and use my special promo code AshSaidIt for your discount today. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. I appreciate you guys so much. We're chatting with Miss CEO, Law Beauty Essentials, Miss Tanisha Lawrence. And Tanisha, what I wanted to get into next was there a moment, or maybe a couple of moments, that you can recall that where validation or confirmation from a higher power that you were in your right place at the right time?
Yes, I do. So for one, for instance, Ipsy. I had contacted Ipsy, Birchbox, a lot of different major beauty boxes. And I was not ready. I was not ready for those numbers that I was going to requested or required of me, and no one responded to me. And then one day, I get an email, and I had to double, triple check this email just to make sure that it was coming from the right person and not just like from spam.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I got the email from Ipsy, and they were saying that they were interested in my product.
Wow.
And I said, "Oh, perfect, great." They were saying, I forgot like exactly what happened and how it came up, but I had spoken to her.
Yeah.
And I had said, thank you for like replying to my email, and she's like, "What email?" I emailed you guys, like,
wow.
maybe like a couple months ago or something. She said, "Oh, let me go ahead and double check that." And I'm like, "Wait, she didn't get my email? Is she just reaching out to me?" So I was just like, okay. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry about it." I'm like, no reason to be sorry. We could just continue.
Okay, exactly. Don't even worry about it.
Don't even worry about it. And so, at that time, certain things that was requested of me, like for instance, they request that you have nail polish cartons. So it's like a little box that you put every individual's nail polish in. And at that time, I did not have that. I started working on that right around the time that they had requested this of me. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe they would have requested this of me and I would not have had it, or didn't even know where to start, or it was too long, or whatever the case may be. But I just happened to have been working on that around the same time that she had contacted me. So when she says we were going to require, like a carton of you, I'm like, sure, no problem. Like, I didn't have to hesitate. I didn't have to think about it, or nothing was shaky or iffy with me. I felt really confident having that discussion, having that conversation with her, because like you said, I feel like it was just the right time. Maybe before, when I was pushing it and just like throwing emails all over, I wasn't ready. But at the time that she did contact me, I was.
Okay.
So I think that was like one instance.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge one. That's a pretty important one.
Yeah,
it's hitting you up.
Huge.
What? Yes.
She hit me up. Yeah, she did not know that I had emailed them, and I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I don't even know how, because I get a lot of questions about that. Just like, how did you pitch it to them? How did you get into Ipsy? And I'm like, I don't know. They contact. It's just so crazy to me that because if I had known, then I would have been doing the same thing with so much more boxes that I would have been in them right now. But it's just right timing. I guess maybe my social media posts were having an influence on Instagram, and definitely just engagement. I feel like it's very important on Instagram. And I think that's possibly how it was recognized.
Yes. Well, kudos to you on that. That's a big accomplishment. Very big. Yeah, I would definitely pat myself on the back every morning. Doing something, getting in that work. Now, I want to talk about an exclusive. All right, I like exclusives, Tanisha. I like to be the first to break news with stuff. And a little birdie told me that you up in the kitchen cooking up some new colors and stuff. So I want to find out from you, what can we maybe look forward to in maybe another week or some change?
So in a week or so, actually less than a week, I'll be dropping my next color. It's going to be yellow. I'm really just kind of breaking rules here because I'm really changing the route that I go with releasing colors. I just feel like I just need to have that connection to a color. And once I have it, then I'm going to release it. And what happens sometimes is I don't get a really good connection to colors unless I'm like actively wearing it. And, I'm like, okay, this is it. I'm getting compliments all day. People are loving it, And I still kind of go with the trends of in the wintertime, I wear dark colors. And in the summertime, I wear lighter colors, brighter colors. And so in the wintertime, it's really hard for me to test and really connect to a color because I don't feel comfortable wearing it. And then that affects my release time. So I'm not putting that strain on myself anymore where I'm saying that I have to release a certain color by this time. I'm not going by those standards anymore. I have this really nice in-between yellow that's coming out that you can wear in the summertime and you can wear in the fall. And so, let's just say in less than a week, this is going to be available.
Okay.
So yes, actually, you can swatch those. You can let the birdie know that the rumor is true, and it should be coming out maybe even Monday. Okay. We're Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll stay tuned. We'll stay tuned to the site. We'll definitely stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Yeah, please come back. Keep on visiting the site. I want to see some foot traffic on this site.
Yes.
You guys know something is coming out real soon.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
All right, Tanisha, last but certainly not least, what advice can you offer to any woman out there today that has a dream on her heart, but she's too afraid to move on it?
What I'm going to say is it's really easier said than done because there's so many things that even myself that I'm afraid to do. And I just want to say that you have to just go ahead and do it. And that is cliche and it's really easier said than done because for myself, I want to build my personal brand a lot more, but I don't post that many pictures. You would think that on my personal page, I would have so many pictures up, and I don't. And that's because I'm just a huge critic on myself. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm going to post a picture. If I like it, I'm posting it. I don't care. And so that's why I just want to, not only say this to all of the women that are out there that have a dream and that has something that they want to do, they have an idea. Mm-hmm. I've learned that stick with your idea because if you look to somebody else for your next move every time, like if you're like, should I post this picture? Then you will never know what you're doing next because what you're doing next is dependent on what your person that you're asking advice from, what they say. Mm-hmm. And so now I'm just kind of like, you know what? I don't care. Not that I don't care about anybody's opinion, but I don't let that be the end all decision. Yeah. It's really my decision, and I post what I want to do. I release what I want to release. And whether you want to start up your blog and you don't know if people are going to like it, I still say start up a blog because you're doing it for yourself. Yeah. And you read it, you found humor in it, and you found it to be informational, and you liked it, and that's really all that matters because the decision and the last decision is really just yours.
I feel it.
That's it.
Good vibes, good energy, Tanisha. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let our listeners know again the best way to get in contact with you and, of course, to snatch up some of those colors.
Of course. So my website is www.lawbeautyessentials.com. My social media on Instagram is Law Beauty Essentials, and my Facebook is also Law Beauty Essentials, so please follow us on Facebook, like us, and follow us on Instagram, and visit the page, and we have a new blog that's coming up. It's already started, so it's called Connected by Law. It's on the website as well, and what we're basically doing with that is just having, like, recurrent news coming out, so hopefully we'll get some more content going on that and more engagement with you guys, and I'm always open and willing to hear any type of suggestions that anybody wants to hear or see out on the blog. So we have it.
Sounds like a plan. Yes, and much more success to you, Tanisha, to you, your team, everybody that is backing you. You have our full support. You're more than welcome back on the show whenever you've got an announcement, because I know you're going to have an announcement soon. There's going to be another announcement maybe next month. I don't know yet. But you never know. So much more success to you, 2018 and beyond, my sister. Keep pushing forward. Keep doing it. You're making a huge splash, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys for downloading all of my shows. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so very much. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me, just watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for. We're doing this for the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. I'll talk to y'all later.